Okay, so this is going to be a new kind of, I don't know, series of videos I'm going to do called The Devil is in the Details. The Devil in the Details. And this first one's just going to be The Devil in the Details about face pulls. And I'm not trying to sound arrogant or insult anybody. You guys know that that's not me at all. This is for people that just don't know or haven't thought about it. If you already have a way that works better for you, and as always, if you've already found what absolutely does it for you, does a trick for you in every way, then by all means stick to that. Congratulations, on the effort and the tenacity it took to arrive at that, to find that, to work that out for yourself. But if you're looking for something to vary things up, to try something new and different, switch things up, throw something different in there, then maybe try this. If you're not already down with it, maybe you already know it, maybe you already just instinctively figured it out, maybe it's just common sense. But a lot of the things that I just think are common sense, I've been doing this so long, I don't stop and think about that in the beginning or how long it was before I even knew these things. So the devil in the details. This first one, like I said, is about face pulls. Traditionally, face pulls are done, I don't even know which way most people do them. Do you do them, I guess you do them overhand, like this, and pull, right, with a rope? Or you do them underhand and pull with rope? Let me get the rope, for God's sake. I got one laying there. Hang on a second. All right, so face pulls, right, with a rope like this, or make something. How hard is it to make something like this? Face pulls, all right, if we've got this end secured to the cable, do most people do them? They grab it overhand and do face pulls, right? You're pulling straight, like you're trying to hit yourself between the eyes with this buckle, this latch, this attachment right here, between the eyes, face pulls, right, straight back. So you're pulling straight back. Okay, so if that's the way most people do them, I do a 15 this way, and then I do 15 this way, right? This is still secured to the cable from above, pulling down, pulling right between my eyes. I keep those elbows up. I like to do this exercise. Oh, and with the 15 rep thing, initially, I will do more than 15 reps. Once it begins to get someplace, what dictates the reps with how I do things, especially like an exercise like this is like a secondary exercise for me. Certainly not a primary exercise, right? But it's just as important. This is, in the old school ways, the old days, we referred to certain things as finishing moves. And this is kind of a finishing move. Do you need to do this? You don't need to do it. Some people are going to say, well, I get all the work I need from my rear delts from bent over rows or whatever, right? Dumbbell rows, whatever they do. And that's great if that's all you need and it's delivered and yielded the results you're after, then of course. Again, right? Why fix something that's not broken, and don't even tinker with it. Don't break. If it's not broke, don't break it. So what an exercise like this, a finishing exercise like I would consider it, what dictates my rep scheme is I control that in an exercise like this based on the amount of time between sets, the rest period. So basically one set for me is going to be 15 reps this way, 15 reps this way. So initially, before it becomes challenging, when I step up there, whatever weight I'm working on to warm up, I could do 25, 30, 50 reps, right? Maybe I might do as many as 20. Maybe I'll do 20, almost no rest, flip it over, do 20, okay? Then rest in it. Then I, escalate the weight. And as I do that, all I'm trying to do is warm up these joints really well so I don't have any issues. And if you have issues with shoulders and joints and things, get some equine joint liniment. Read the ingredients in Google, and then you'll find out why there's nothing else like that you're going to just buy over the counter. But use it sparingly until you get accustomed to it. Try it. So when I start to get heavy, then I'm going to keep a number like 15. But once I get into a place where it's challenging and I'm getting some work, 15 reps. So I'll do 15 this way, and then I will try to immediately, just a little breather, flip it over and do 15 this way. When I start to get, and that's going to make the lighter end of that scale it's going to increase the intensity there without me having to advance the reps any higher than 15. You know what I mean? Less rest. As it becomes more challenging, I'll do 15, then I may rest a few beats, then flip it over and do the next 15. You know, and then as it gets even heavier, then I'll have to do 15, rest, then flip over my hand position and do the next 15. So you know what I mean? So that way, that's how I'm controlling, equating the intensity to get to where it needs to be without increasing the rep range, because I'm reducing the rest. You know, if it gets to the point no rest initially, that's okay. Yeah. Anyway, something like this. The other thing is I squeeze. I'm always squeezing. Even if it looks like I'm not, I am. I'm flexing hard. I'm squeezing hard when I contract. Something like this is something I can throw in anytime. Anytime in the gym. I just came out here and just was going to do this demonstrative type of video, and I ended up putting on a CD, and just for the length of the CD, I think it's 14 or 15 songs, just doing these. You know, just out of just off the cuff. You know, just unplanned, because I enjoy lifting weights. I enjoy what it feels like, filling the muscle with blood, feeling get it tight, swelling up. I enjoy every aspect of that kind of pain. I like it. I like it. Something like this I'll throw in here on a back day after my back routine. I'll throw this in there. On a tricep day, because you know if I'm pulling like this, like kind of bitch slap tricep extensions, right, slapping that leprechaun, I'm pulling with that rear delt first, and then doing my tricep extension, right? Rear delt, tricep, right? So the rear delts are always there, and I believe that gives me better delineation, right, across the whole, across the entire head from insertion to insertion, because what you're doing is when I first start pulling here in that exercise, it's all rear delt. And then as the tricep starts to become involved and become more of a player, the accent is shifting onto the tricep. The majority of the accent, the stress shifts to the tricep. So it's all the way across the muscle. And then it crosses into the tricep more completely. So I really believe that gives me better separation. Adjacent muscle groups like that. So with an exercise like this one, face pulls, with that in mind, I will put it on a back day at the end. I will put that in on a tricep day at the end. I will put that in. Hell, I might have a chest day and throw that in if I need extra shoulder work, if I want extra rear delt work, if I want a little extra trap work. You know, throw it on behind trap work. Throw it. It's a finishing exercise. Okay, it's not something that you want to get there to set the, you know, put your foot up on the bench and get all kind of leverage and heave. I'll go heavy enough that I have to really heave. Okay, and you'll probably see that here, but. I'm not going to go that far. You know, I'm not going to distort things that far. There's just no reason to, because when you go that far in like a secondary exercise like this or a finishing move, when you distort things that far to that degree and you allow your forearm to wander that far out there, on overall mass building exercises, I don't think it's such a bad thing at times, but because you're still going to respond, you're still going to grow. But what you're trying to do here, you're defeating the purpose of what you're actually trying to do. The majority of the intent is to deliver the stress to an isolated area. And it's going to be some seepage and spillover, but it's all going to be in adjacent muscles, right? So you're keeping all that blood in the same locale, same location. That's what I try to do for hypertrophy interests and aesthetics. So an exercise like this, these finishing moves, these secondary exercises, you want to maintain enough form. Form doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to maintain enough form. When you get so far, when you get so heavy, you know, you can get so heavy, and you're still feeling good, everything's great. Then you cross that line. Now you're in a territory where you're just grinding your joints, or you're involving so much other musculature that you're really involving too much of the body now in that movement. It's a finishing move. It's a secondary exercise. It's not a they're all compound movements when you get to that degree to a point, but it's not a staple mass big compound movement. It's not intended to be. It's not like you're going to grow a huge back just from this exercise, but you could grow huge rear delts. You could expand on your trap growth. You know what I mean? You could bring up middle back and get some more detail out of that. You could. if all that was already stimulated, already fatigued, and you finished off with something like this. So some shit like this, I'll throw that in anywhere. Anytime you just feel like doing it, just do it. Shit, if you got a dumbbell sitting in the house and you're sitting down to eat, or you're just bullshitting, or you're playing cards, if you have a free hand, pick the dumbbell up and do some concentration curls. Doesn't matter, oh, this dumbbell's not heavy enough, who cares? Make it heavy enough. If it's not heavy enough, make it that it is, you know? Make it so. Number one, make it so, right? Make it so, because you can do enough reps with that eventually it'll get heavy. And again, does that muscle understand arithmetic? No. It understands extent of demand. The extent of the demand. So if you get to a point where you're so fatigued, the extent of the demand, you're still, I refer to as capillary work, kind of. You know what I mean? You're still going to benefit from that, man. Just do it all the time. You're trying to build arms, especially if you're a younger guy, then be obsessive about it, man. Pick up everything and curl it. Anytime, any minute, whenever. You know, I'm not telling you go into the gym day after day, every day, and just do a full-blown arm workout. But anytime you get the chance to just get a whore pump in, cheap pump somewhere, go ahead and do it, man. Rep out with whatever. In addition to your regular workouts. Anyway, that's enough of that shit. I'm going to have to put some YouTube generic free music over top of the demonstrative portions of this video, because I had a CD on, and you guys are going to miss some awesome music, but if I let it play as it is, you know, they'll at least mute it, at least, at the minimum. They may not even allow it at all. So, yeah, it may block the whole video for that. Who knows? So, let me get to it and get this up. I think the next one's going to be, and of course tonight is Saturday Night Bullshit, right? We'll do a Saturday Night Bullshit session. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I got some ideas. Maybe a field trip, maybe not. We'll see. And I have, the next one of these is going to be Devil in the Details for a really cool variation that I have. Really cool variation of side laterals, which I think is an awesome exercise. But can we turn it into an awesome exercise for traps as well as medial delts? Yeah, we can. Anyway, I'll see you guys again soon. Hope you're having a great weekend.